I want to give you my 5 biggest takeaways from Miami's 29-26 win against Virginia in overtime this past weekend. Takeaway number 1, it's very clear that true freshmen and transfers are helping change this culture and improve this team. Not exclusively, of course, because Cam Kinchins, James Williams, they were here before Mario. These guys were awesome this past week, but a lot of freshmen and transfers guys are making a difference. Rueben Bain, true freshman, he had another 2 sacks in this game. Branson Deen, a transfer, another defensive lineman, had 2 sacks of his own, helped change this game coming back from injury. Mark Fletcher scores the game-winning touchdown. He comes back from a 4-week injury. And by the way, I thought this was a really fun factoid from the game. I'm so glad it played out this way, okay? So another thing that Cristobal revealed when he was on the Joe Rose show this morning was, and Miami doesn't mess around with this stuff, they're very careful with injuries. So Mark Fletcher, he'd missed the last 4 weeks, right? They cleared him to return, the medical staff, but they had him on a very strict rep count. And they were not going to go even 1 snap over the rep count that they had Fletcher on. The touchdown that he scored in overtime happened to be the final rep available to him. And Cristobal didn't say it explicitly, but he strongly implied that had Fletcher not scored on that run, we still would not have seen him carry. And maybe it all would have worked out because A.J. Allen might have come in and scored a touchdown, or, Brashard Smith or something. But Fletcher happened to score the TD on the final rep that was available on his snap count coming off of injury. I thought that was a really cool story that he told. All right, how's that for clutch? Another true freshman, Jayden Wayne, had an impact on this game. Transfer running back A.J. Allen scores one of the nicest touchdowns of the season with that hurdle, and he kept his balance. That was incredible. Transfers Javion Cohen, the guard, and Cam McCormick, the tight end, helped block on that final touchdown play. They were tremendous. So, yeah, freshmen and transfers are really helping turn this team's fortunes around. Takeaway number 2. We did already crown this man game changer of the week, but come on. Andy Borregales, the kicker, he deserves more praise. Sometimes fans just don't give enough love to the kicker, because if he misses even one of those 3 attempts, Miami loses the game. But Borregales was clutch and perfect from 47 yards, 48 yards, and 50 yards. And Mario Cristobal said that they're almost at a point where they would trust him to hit a 60-yarder if needed. And what an advantage that is. Like, because usually if you're in the neighborhood of a 60-yard kick, you're probably either going to punt or you're going to go for it on 4th down, depending on the distance, right? In Miami's case, no, we've got automatic Andy. This guy could probably hit a 60-yarder. He was doing that pretty consistently in warm-ups before the game. Groza candidate. His older brother won the Groza at Miami. Let's hope Andy can keep that family tradition going. And are there any more of these guys? Are there any more Borregales? I don't think they have another brother. Do they have a cousin? Do they have like an uncle with some eligibility? Maybe they got someone in the family that didn't play college ball that can come in and kick for us. Let's find some more Borregales pronto. My third takeaway, yes, Miami's safety duo, they lived up to that hype in this game. James Williams was all over the field. He led the team in tackles. Cam Kinchins, he had a pick 6. Just like every one of the Borregales kicks, if Cam Kinchins doesn't get that pick and the touchdown, Miami doesn't win that game. You don't win that game without that play. And you can count on Cam to make game-changing plays like that. Takeaway number 4. Yes, the offense, they've slowed down since conference play began, specifically the passing offense. And I've noticed something here that fans can't seem to decide whether to put most of the blame on Tyler Van Dyke, on Shannon Dawson, or on Mario Cristobal, right? Is Shannon Dawson, is he failing to adjust? Has he been figured out by opposing defensive coordinators? Is Mario Cristobal now micromanaging the offense and forcing Dawson to go conservative? Is it just your quarterback struggling and making the coaches look bad? These have been some of the big questions that people have been asking. I know people have this conspiracy theory. The Oregon fans will be like, you see that? That's Mario. He's handcuffing his OC. I don't know if I believe that. I think to me it comes down more to personnel. I don't really feel like Dawson or or Mario have like intentionally changed the identity. Honestly, guys, if anything, if you want to make your identity more of a power running team, maybe you should go a little bit even deeper into that trench, right? Cut down on some of these interceptions, let your physical offensive line wear opponents down during the game. Miami does have some injuries in the running back room, but if you can get that room a little bit healthier again, you can keep fresh legs on the field. Just based on the way the quarterback play has been, I don't think it's necessarily a terrible thing if Miami kind of, leans into the power running thing a little bit more. Obviously, you're going to have to make some big throws. Like, you're not just going to beat Florida State with 3 yards in a cloud of dust. You're going to have to hit some big plays down the field. But I mean, listen, man, if that's the identity of your personnel with this offensive line, maybe you lean into that even more than you have. Okay. Takeaway number 5. Yes, 6 wins is not the goal, but let's appreciate how far this team has come. Okay. And let's not forget, now I know that, hey, if ands or buts, but if Miami had just taken a kneel down, or if the officials had properly called a non-fumble, if either of those things had happened in the Georgia Tech game, you'd be 7-1 right now. So let's appreciate the process, all right? I don't want to sound like Joel Embiid, but let's appreciate how far this team has already come from a 5-7 year last year.